What's up guys, Matt Prince from Royal Fitness. So over the last 15 years, I've worked with a heap of cops from all different levels of the police force. And I've also helped go through a lot of different selections and processes within there. So one of my fascinations is how to build the ultimate tactical athlete. All right, some people call it the hybrid athlete, some people call it the multi-sport athlete. I think of the tactical athlete as someone who is, the capabilities of being as strong as somebody who's about 15 to 20 kilos heavier than them. They've got their fitness abilities and the agility purposes of somebody who's 15 to 20 kilos lighter than them, which makes them the really person who you don't want to mess with, right? So they're the ultimate athlete across the board. Their cardio is on point, their strength, power, performance is on point, their athleticism is on point, and they're training all different aspects at the same time. Now, there's a trick in how to build it properly. And it's one of those things where it comes down to a bit of an individual approach. Okay, if a tactical athlete comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm going out for this, this high level selection, whether it's something like a special ops group course or something like that in the police force," and I'm like, "All right, sweet. Where are your lacks at the moment? Where are your weak points? That's where we need to fix first." I've had guys who have come in and been super strong, so I've had to go down the conditioning path and make them fitter to bring them up to speed, so they're back to that complete, well-rounded tactical athlete. I've had people in the opposite where they're super cardio fit, and then I've had to make them really, really strong to start to match that ultimate athlete sort of profile. So you have to look at it from both ends, right? You can't just be strong, you can't just be fit, because it won't pass when you need to work around and become well-rounded across the board. Now, if you are somebody who is in a position where you want to go higher in your course, whether it's going into selections or something like that, the first thing you need to understand is the base for everything is going to be your strength, right? That is step one. That is the hardest piece to build. So your limit strength is the hardest piece of the puzzle, and that is how much force you can produce in a maximal all-out effort, right? The easiest ones to think of are your power lifts, so your squat, bench, deadlift, or the variations of them. I often don't use the squat, bench, and deadlift with a straight bar for my tactical athletes, just because they don't need to, right, for starters. But two, there's safer and different ways that I can approach that, and it comes down to the individual for each aspect. But the idea of having that static strength through the squat, bench, deadlift, or even an overhead press, building those up is going to make a massive base for them to launch off when it comes to increasing their strength endurance, increasing their actual cardio endurance, increasing their power, increasing their repeat power endurance style of things. The higher their strength base, the further everything else goes, which is a really key piece to understand. Now, the strength limit based stuff will take time, right? For some people, it might be 6 months. For some people, it might be 2 years, right? So you have to be understanding that, hey, look, if I can't even do a pull-up, right, it's going to take time to build your pull-ups out to 20 reps, right? And build your max pull-up with weight up to, say, a 40 kilo plus your body, right? It's going to take time to do that. But once you do that, you've got it strong and you're stable forever, okay? So that is part one. Part two, well, I start to look at the cardio side of things. I'm like, all right, sweet. Where in the cardio realm are you good and where are you bad, right? We treat it the same way. So if you don't have a cardio base, all right, let's say you can't go and just run 10Ks. You can't move for 40 minutes without, gassing out or falling apart or tearing a muscle or something like that. We really need to plug that first, right? We need to get your cardio efficiency up. We need to build your base up. So that way when we're doing sprints and you have to do repeat 400s or you have to do, repeat 100s or you're carrying a fucking heavy ass weight up a hill, right? That's not going to really affect you because you're so fit on this side, right? So we build that base up, and then the other power, endurance stuff and the speed work, it becomes more efficient because your recovery is better and it's just a lot safer. So you're going to get the best out of both worlds. Whereas if you always go, excuse me, into the high intensity realm, which is what a lot of people do, you'll find that you'll just burn the candle at both ends. Your strength will plateau out, your cardio will plateau out. You really need to tie it all in together well. Have your base building stuff, have your high intensity stuff, but make sure they're in sync, right? The only way to do that is through having somebody who knows how to do it, help you, guide you along the way. If you try and do it by yourself, generally what will happen is you'll lean towards what you favor, you lean towards what you enjoy, and you forget the things that you don't enjoy, all right? And that's what I've found with myself, and that's what I've found with a lot of my people. Now, wrapping it all in together. You've built the limit strength stuff. right? You've built that solid base. You've built your strength endurance off that. The reason I talk about strength endurance and limit strength together, because a lot of the selections, they'll ask for repetition pull-ups, they'll ask for repetition bench presses, things of that nature, repetition push-ups. If you can bench press 150 kilos, when you have to do your body weight, let's say it's 85 kilos, when you have to do your body weight, that's going to be fairly light compared to your 1 rep max of 150, as opposed to if your 1 rep max was 100 and you have to bench press 85, you might only get 4 or 5 reps, right? But if you can do 150 kilos, that 1 rep max limit strength base is built, you're going to find you can get your 15 to 20 reps in your bench press test, and it's going to make a massive difference. Same goes with pull-ups. If you can do weighted pull-ups with plus 32, plus 40, when you come to body weight, you should be able to get your 15 to 20 and feel really, really strong, rather than just, you know, maxing out at 4 or 5. Okay, so understanding the limit strength on the strength endurance is a key. But what we do, we build the limit strength and we build the strength endurance, and they sort of work in together. Then as that's in a position where it's in a really solid spot and you're really happy with it, we're ticking all the numbers, we're hitting, you know, double body weight squats, double body weight dead, maybe double, 2.5 times dead, depending on what's going on. And then maybe bench press, we're aiming for that 1.5 times body weight on the bench. You know, you're getting your pull-up reps up, everything's just working along nicely. We start to really ramp up the conditioning as well and tie it all in. So that way we're hitting the strength and maintaining that, but we're also building that cardio base as selection comes closer, so you're ready to peak, right? We don't want you fatiguing out. We want you the fittest on the course. We want you fittest on the selection. And that way you can just demonstrate all of your strengths, all of your cardio, all of your skills. And when you go into these things, right, my job's not to get you there tactically. Like, I don't understand the tactical side. I don't know how to play with guns. I don't know how to, clear a room or anything like that. That's not my game, right? I know how to get people really fit and strong, so then they can go and do that other stuff, feeling fit and strong and not having to worry about their fitness. They can just worry about their job, get the work done, and hopefully get the promotion or the job that they want of their dreams. So I hope that helps in some way, guys. I'm going to have some podcasts on that. If you check out the Jacked and Dangerous podcast, there's a lot of stuff deeper where I can deep dive into this stuff and go over, 30, 40, 50 minutes and help you guys properly. But if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up and I'll do my best to help and guide you. If you are interested in training with me in any way, I have one-on-one stuff. I have the books coming out. I'm happy to help if I can. We have the stuff at Royal Fitness. You can come in and train with me personally. But guys, just hit me up. Let me know how I can help and I'll talk to you soon. Hope that helps. Bye.